Hi guys, this is day number 2. Hi guys, this is day number 2 of St. Augustine. We really wanted to come back to the fort. Oh my God, it's such a beautiful day. It's probably 75 right now. But this fort was built in 1672, or how about I should say it was started in 1672. It took 23 years to finish. All this stone you see, even in the fort walls, was mined in that island over there. There's an island. And really it's a bunch of like crushed shells that's all compacted. And I'll show you later more about it. It like absorbs cannonballs. When it hits it, it just kind of sucks it in there like a sponge. It's pretty cool. Let's go enjoy. Hey, you guys, I don't even know if you can see them. There they are. Those stone gates. Those stone gates were from 1800. The St. Augustine city was surrounded by this big stone wall and these gates, and these were a way to get into the city. And actually they wanted them torn down. They tore down all of it except for these. Where are they at? There they are. And some sisters of the Confederate or something like that decided they wanted them saved, and they went to great lengths to save the last gate that got into the city. And here they are today, 2024. So 224 roughly years, still here. We're on top of the fort. Lots of cannons, how about that? And you know something that you wouldn't expect at a fort built in 1672? A pizza oven. Wow, who would have thunk? This behind me, I'm probably butchering the name. I think it's Manatee's River. And that is how, out there is the Atlantic Ocean. They would come in here and fight for this piece of land. This fort, I think, was under attack 5 different times. And even though it said it laid siege, it was laid siege of. So that to me means it was surrounded. People couldn't get in or out. It never lost. So I don't know. Please don't take any of the history I'm quoting as fact, because knowing me, it's like a Todd fact. It's wrong. We was hoping to see a cannon fire. These 3 cannons here they fire, but now since COVID they only fire them on weekends. How about that? That would be pretty spectacular, I bet, to see that baby shoot off. Probably no real cannonballs shooting at the neighbors over there. This behind me is the watchtower that a watchman looked at, because across there I guess it's called Anastasia Island, and that's where the British came. They must have stayed over there, but that's where it started. They started firing across over here at the fort, and the watchman would ring the bell and everybody would run and get on their cannons in their spot. I googled it. I couldn't read it anywhere here. I wanted to know what one of these cannon weighs. Really anywhere from 6,000 to 8,000 pounds. I'm not really sure what they're made out of. I mean, I don't know, would it be bronze or just steel, cast steel? But they shot a projectile anywhere from 30 to 80 pounds a mile. Can you imagine the amount of force coming out of the end of that barrel to shoot that ball a mile? I have a hard time finding it. Where are you? Okay, how about that? I think you can see it. That's the Spanish naval flag, or probably more known as the Cross of Burgundy. And honestly, I'll read more about the story of that at some point in time and get back with you. It was some king's or queen's son or yada yada yada. Hey, me again. You guys see the slope going up there? There's steps now. But way back when, according to the book, that was just a slope. So they could roll cannons, cannonballs, and gunpowder up to the top. Over here, I believe, was the powder room, and I don't mean the bathroom, to store the gunpowder in, and then they'd bring it out and roll it up that slope for the cannons. And here we are, down here, and I guess called the moat part. You know, it's the low part below the fort. Actually, it was a dry moat. I think I said yesterday that this was dry and they let their animals feed out here and live. And this is really their food storage because they ate the animals. And I mentioned earlier about this. Come on, doesn't that look like a pizza oven? But it's not. It's not a pizza oven. So yes, it's not a pizza oven. Actually, it says the furnace fire to blaze hot. The team of soldiers prepared hot shot to fire it to wooden warships, heating cannonballs until they glow. Holy mackerel. Wouldn't they expand? It'd be hard to get down into the cannon? I don't know. I guess it must have worked though. Huh. I hope you can see those holes in there. There's a whole bunch of holes. This is a non-historical fact. You suppose they had firing squads here? Huh. They practice shooting? I don't know. I don't know if you guys can tell. That's pretty thick. It's got to be 12, 15 foot thick wall. Here is where a cannon would sit and shoot out into the harbor, I guess. Hey, one fact I read, okay, there's the Atlantic Ocean. The ships would come in, and the reason why this port or this fort was put here is because it's not deep enough for the ships to come in and turn sideways to use their cannons to shoot at you. So when they come in, they would bombard them with cannonballs. Pretty good planning. You know, me and Penny, as we walk here, we're thinking, you know, okay, this was built in 1672. So, you know, this spot here is approximately 352 years old. Think of the amount of people that has walked around this fort. Not just in modern days, but in the old war days. You know, they walked around here.
The lives that were lost.
Yeah, lives that were lost outside this fort. It is incredible. So we're walking around this Civil War graveyard, I guess. You'll see other pictures and stuff, but if you guys know, I'll have to do some research also, is there must have been a big battle going on between like 1886 to 91 here, because like everybody in here died in 1889 at some point in time. Even little ones and women. So I don't know. Do some research, get back with me. Hey, here is, I'm going to read it real quick. The old Spanish Trail Zero milestone from St. Augustine to San Diego. This thing is like concrete. Do you see how it's, hopefully you can see that, the seams in the concrete, so they poured separate little pieces to make this ball. That's interesting, huh? How about this? Way back when this was built, they had flushable toilets. Sort of. If you see this, here's where you would sit. Down here is where your doo-doo would go. And then if you look, this line, when the tide came in, it would swing around, and when it went out, it took all your doo-doo stuff with it. Look here, I guess. The tidal toilet. Huh. Interesting, huh? Somebody was thinking, actually.